Come on in the room. I always feel the first time I go live, and it's been a while, I always feel some kind of way. Today is no different. So I'm gonna give it a second, let some people come through, say hi, say what's up, see what's going on. I've missed you guys. I hope you've missed me too. As you come in the room, say hello, say hi, say what's up. Kim, I'm gonna be talking about you tonight. What is good? What is good? What is good? Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming in the room. I miss you guys when I'm not here with you. Hey, Tamika, what's good? What's good? What's good? Hello, hello, and hello. Thank you so much for the love as you come into the room. I just like to be here with you guys. I don't know why I don't go live as much as I used to. The energy of going live and being able to talk to you guys and see you guys up close, it is exhilarating. And I need to do this way more often. And actually, I will be here over the next couple of days because I have something going on. And so, of course, whenever I have something going on, I always come and hang out with you guys live because I want to make sure that you know what it is. Thank you. I tried something different with my hair. I did my first flat twist out. And so I like it. I'm going to see if I can make it through a no heat summer. That's my goal. My goal is a no heat summer. So we're going to see how it goes. This is the first trial. Okay. There's the first trial. And so tonight we're going to talk about anybody and everybody is welcome to this conversation. Let me say that. Anybody and everybody is welcome to this conversation. However, we're going to be talking about overwhelm. We're going to be talking about, can you have your cake and eat it too? Is it even possible to do that? As of late, I have been sitting in conversations talking with a lot of ladies, Black women, about stress, about being overwhelmed, about pursuing success, about pursuing happiness, about trying to have it all, about feeling like, I've been working hard all this time and I still don't feel like I got the shit I'm supposed to have. When am I going to get it? When am I going to have it? Like, when does the hustle stop? And I've had this conversation multiple times in the past couple of weeks. And so I was like, you know what? I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this online because, hey, Christine, there are a lot of women who are still in pursuit of success, but have a family, have kids, have to pay bills. Either you're married or you're trying to date. You may be going to school, but there's a lot of things that you're trying to have and attain. And it can sometimes feel chaotic, right? I've talked to a couple of my girlfriends in the past couple of weeks, and I've just been like, man, you got to check on your strong friend. You got to check on folks who appear to have it all, who look like they have it all, because they could be dying literally, emotionally, mentally on the inside. Hey, home Sharada, how you doing? So I wanted to talk about that tonight, specifically for Black women, but anybody that wants to join the conversation, whether you're a Black man or not, you can, y'all might be dealing with overwhelm too. But I really just wanted to have a safe space, to have a safe conversation about balance. Can you have it all, right? This is the question I usually ask people when I'm having this conversation. What is all? What is all? And what does it look like? Because the world will try to tell us that having it all means that you're making X amount of dollars. You can come and go as you want to. You're thin and healthy. Your man is nice and popping. Your kids are well behaved, doing what they're supposed to do. You drive the car of your dreams. You live in the house of your dreams. Like that. Is that all? Because I think all is subjective. And I think one of the reasons why people suffer is because we're trying to have it all based on what somebody else has. Kadia says, yes, but be prepared for a lot of diarrhea. It's okay. It's a cleanse. Get rid of unnecessary BS. Absolutely, girl. Yes, absolutely. That's a piece of it, right? Some of it is harmony. Like, I talk a lot to my clients and to other people, especially Black women that are entrepreneurs, especially entrepreneurs and or executives and or women that are in the workforce, right? Because it's a catch-22. You do all this hard work to put a roof over your family's head, to be able to take vacation, do all these different things that you want to do, but then you miss out on so much, right? You have to work so hard to make money to give your family such a great lifestyle, and then you end up missing out on the good stuff, right? Basketball games, football games, the stuff that's important because you're working so hard to have it all. If you're a startup entrepreneur, you're working twice as hard to get this business off the ground. And so you end up having these feelings of, I'm not getting anywhere in my life quick enough, fast enough. I'm working really hard, but I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing a return on the things that I'm doing. And so there's a lot of, I'm not going to say shame, because shame is not the right word. There's not shame, but a lot of times we feel like we're by ourselves. Like we're the only person that's going through it. And over this last week or so, I've been talking to different groups of women who are like, man, I feel like I'm the only person that's not showing up the way that I want to show up. I feel like I'm the only person who's not showing up and getting as far in my business or as far in my career as other people are. Hey, Sherry, good evening. Kim says, you don't have to have it all at the same time. There's a time and a place for everything. That's a good point. One of the things that I talk about when I talk about having it all, I often say having it all, it's not realistic. You cannot have it all, right? So the name of this in particular conversation is it possible to have your cake and eat it too? I think that you can have parts of the cake, right? So sometimes if somebody were to set a cake in front of you, you might not be able to have all of that cake at one time. You can look at the cake and be like, oh my God, there's 3 layers. Look at all this frosting. And I'm not a buttercream person. I'm a whipped cream frosting kind of a girl. But so look at all this frosting and the decor is nice. And you get your fork and you be like, damn, right. To Kim's point, I'm not hungry. I'm not as hungry right now. So maybe I just want a sliver. You know what? I just want to taste the whipped cream right now. Right? What happens is, have you ever sat down and ate a whole cake? Your stomach hurts. Like sometimes you shouldn't have your cake and eat it too. Sometimes you shouldn't. Sometimes you should only have a piece of the cake. And I think that's what leads to being overwhelmed and being stressed out and comparison and imposter syndrome, where we sit down and feel like I have to eat all this cake because such and such ate all their cake, or such and such was served cake, or such and such's business is doing good, or such and such's career is doing well. So I guess I got to eat all my cake too. And then we end up we start crumbling and start feeling inferior, or like we're not supposed to sit at the table, or like we're not supposed to be here, or like we don't deserve these certain things because we cannot show up and eat our cake, or we're not progressing at the speed with which we planned. Kadia says it's a lot. Shame, embarrassment, guilt. It is, especially if you feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to do, right? You're showing up at work, you're putting your time into your business. You do it. It's twofold. There's one where when you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? You're showing up, you're putting in the work, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Then there's the other side when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, when you're not showing up, when you're not being consistent, when you feel like everybody else around you is being consistent and showing up and you're not. So there's that shame and that embarrassment. The weird thing about that is that it goes both ways. Whether you do right, you can still feel shame and embarrassment if you don't feel like you're moving as fast or getting the recognition or the notoriety that you should get. And it's there when you aren't showing up like you're supposed to and you're not consistent. That's the crazy part about trying to have it all, right? Sherry says, my aunt just made me an entire caramel cake, by the way, but I shared it. She's a great example. Love the way you're breaking it down, because what we feel, we often feel like we're the only person that's dealing with this stuff. We often feel like we are the only woman that's going through this. And some of that is because I don't know why this is, but as Black women, we have a very difficult time asking for help. We have a very difficult time saying, can you help me? We have a very difficult time saying, I'm struggling. We have a very difficult time picking up the phone and saying, I don't got it. Something's not right. We have a lot of suicide going on right now with Black women. And I won't say a lot, but at the USA, the last 2 USA beauty queens or something like that, they suicide. And I personally believe it's because we take on too much. And it's not so much that we take it's the taking on so much, but it's the taking on so much and then being quiet about it. Feeling like we have to go through it by ourselves. Feeling like we're the only person, like nobody else is going to get it or understand. That's the part that I want to talk about. Because when we really have these conversations and we talk about what we're going through, we realize that the sister sitting next to us is dealing with the same shit. She looked cute. Her eyebrows is on fleek. Her gold shirt is nice, but she dealing with stuff too. She dealing with stuff just like you. But we'll let somebody's exterior appearance or how they look or what we think about them keep us from actually relating to them and realize that they got the same stuff popping off in their life that we have popping off in our life. But we think that they are having it all. We think that they're having their cake and eating it too. When really they're over there, there's a lot of cake. There's a lot of cake. What I wrote on here. Success struggles. One of the reasons why I'm here tonight and I want to have this conversation. Let me see. Quiet idea. I love the message. I'm here to learn. Yes, ma'am. Yes, very difficult asking for help. I'll say it here because it is very hard to say it to anyone. I'm having a very hard time right now. I'm not giving up, but it's tough. Oh, Sherry, girl, I'm about to send you love and support and mental energy because people don't realize how hard it is to say, I'm struggling. People don't realize it. And it's not that it's hard. It's, are you somebody I feel safe saying it to? Can I be vulnerable with you? Are you going to judge me? That's what makes it so hard, especially because there's this myth about the strong Black woman that we don't crack. We can take it. We can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's this myth that we have these broad shoulders and we don't break down. It's not true. It's not true. We are dope. Don't get me wrong. We dope. We strong. We're going to get out here and get it in the mud. We're going to do what we have to do. That don't mean it's easy. We still got to check on our strong friend. We still got to say, hey, sis, you good? You okay? You look good. You look good doing what you do, but you need some help. So Sherry, I applaud you for being able to say, hey, I'm not all right. Sometimes I have bad days. Right now, I'm going through a downtime. Like I commend you for being able to say that, being able to say, hey, I need help. Home Strata says, why do you think we take on more than we can chew? Let's have an honest conversation. The question is, why do I think we take on more than we can chew? I don't think we've been given a choice. I think we do what we have to do. And whatever is required to get that done, we take it on. That's what I think. We don't ask questions. We don't say, I don't got it. We don't say, I don't have the bandwidth. We don't say, I'm overworked. We don't say, I'm exhausted. We don't say, I'm already doing too much. We say, I got it. We say, I'll take care of it. If we got kids, we're going to take care of it. If dad is there, we got it. If dad's not there, we got it. And this is not a male bashing thing. This is just to answer the question, which was, why do you think we take on more than we can chew? Because we have to. We're not going to fail. We're not going to let our family fall apart. We're not going to let things crumble. We're going to do what we have to do. Like that's all we know to do is what needs to get done. Sherry said, exactly. Even when we can't do it, even when we can't do it. Fear of failing. Ego is power. On the contrary, who's going to support me better than me? Ooh, I like that. Hey, Tisha, I like that. I think that's why it's super important that we have other women that we can be around, other women that we can have conversations with, other women that can support us, other women that understand and know what we're dealing with and what we're going through. Because sometimes it's easy to have these conversations relative to the public, But do you really understand my pain? Like, have you really walked in my shoes? Like, do you really get it? Like, do you really know what it's like to show up to a room or a table and be the only Black woman? Do you really know and understand what it's like to work twice as hard and get half as far? Like, do you really get it? Because if you're not a Black woman, I sometimes don't know if you really get it. Do you know what it's like to be penalized for being strong? Like, do you really get it? Like, for real, it's important. The life that we as Black women lead and the things that we deal with and the things that we go through, we should be surrounded by other women that get it. We should be having conversations with other women who get it. So when women show jealousy or intimidation, can't always just fall back. I have to show her support, show her to support me, support us. Yeah, I think that's kind of like the what am I thinking? Do as to others as you would have them to do to you, kind of. I guess that's kind of along those lines, if you will. Earlier this year, I did an event called the Black Power Business Conference, and it was a really dope event. We did, I think, like 257 women. And what I realized after doing that event is, well, let me rephrase that. That's not true. I've always known this, but what has become more apparently clear, I should say, is that when you start talking about a woman's career or you start talking about a woman's business, there's certain things that happen in her life that will prevent her from being as successful as she wants to be in her career or in her business, right? And one of those things is balancing it all. One of those things is that pursuit of trying to do everything. And what I have realized is that there's no such thing as balance. There's no such thing as balance. Whoever said work-life balance was a liar, and it was probably a man. Ooh, let me watch what I say. I don't want to male bash. There's just no such thing as work-life balance. Because if you think about it, do you really want to spend as much time at work as you do at home? I got hair on my lip. Or spend as much time at work as you do with your life? Hell no, you don't. Like I want 50% at work, 50% life. So there's really this thing called harmony. There's harmony. There's harmony. Sometimes work is going to get the most. Sometimes life is going to get the most. Sometimes it's your kids. Sometimes it's dating. Sometimes it's you. Self-care, self-love. It varies. It ebbs and flows. It's harmonious. But in our minds, we think, oh my God, there has to be balance. Oh my God, I have to show up. I have to give. I have to do. I have to pour out. And we don't take time for harmony and flow. And so after I did the business conference, I was like, you know what? I want to do something else. I want to give something to Black women. I want to do something to help Black women style the life that they want to live, that is not overwhelmed, where they're not struggling to strive towards this balance that doesn't even exist. No such thing as balance. Totally agree. Thank you. I truly feel that it's about your circle. I need to have more people around me that I feel can relate to me and the things I'm doing. Oh, there we go. And things I'm going through instead of being the one who helps, because I'm the strong friend. Such a double-edged sword. That is true. If you are a strong friend, you need to be surrounded by more strong friends. Because if you are the only strong friend, then you end up just pouring out and pouring out and pouring out and pouring out, and your cup is not being refilled. You have friendship, sisterhood, womanhood. It should be a give and take. It should be an ebb and flow, right? You don't want to be the only person that shows up and gives out. And you want to be surrounded by people that you can say, hey, you know what? I'm struggling. Something's not right now. Can we meet? Can we have lunch? Can we go grab some sushi? And then somebody that listens. Sometimes you talk, and sometimes they talk, but it goes back and forth. And so I'm just one person that likes to have these types of conversations. First of all, I love talking to Black women, but I'm just one person that likes to have these types of conversations. And so I was like, you know what? while I can talk about these things relative to my perspective, which I do and I can and I love to, I was like, I wanted to reach out to some other people smarter than me to have this type of a conversation that can help Black women to deal with not crumbling under the pressures of trying to have it all, of trying to balance it all, of trying to meet these unrealistic expectations of society and the world. Because I always say, who gave you the wand? Who gave you the success wand? Who gave you the wand of what all is? Because what all is to me can be completely different than what it is to you. So I can't measure my all by your all. No, and you should not measure your all by my all. That's why I think it's important that every woman style their own life. We no, long gone are the days of keeping up with the Joneses. Who the nobody trying to keep up with the Joneses no more. Like, I am the Jones. You are the Jones. You don't have to keep up with anybody. You are the Jones. You get to style the life that you want to have. You get to style the life that you want to live. You get to style your own cake. You get to make your own recipe. And then you get to decide how you eat it, when you eat it. But what happens is, unfortunately, we don't know how to do that because we've been raised this particular kind of way. We've been trained a particular kind of way. We don't now know, like, how do I style a life that I want to live for me? Not the one that my parents live, not the one that my mom live, not the one that I see on social media, not the one that I think that I'm supposed to live because of what other people think about me or because of what other people expect from me. But how do I style my life? One that I feel good and comfortable in. Sherry said, you're amazing. And it means a lot to hear you speak and inspire. You're definitely touching my heart. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Girl, don't make me tear up. So I want to introduce you guys to something that I put together specifically for Black women, specifically right now at this halfway mark of the new year. Because what happens is we go into the new year with all these great hopes and expectations. And then for whatever reason, things start, getting a little messy. And we find ourselves here at the beginning of the 6-month mark going into the second half of the year. And we're like, okay, well, what am I doing? Like, where am I at? How is this year different than last year? So I created the Black Power Lifestyle Retreat. Yay! I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this damn event. I don't know what to do myself. And it is for Black women like you who have said, I want to style my life. Like, I want to get my life together. I don't want to be overwhelmed. I want to be able to ask for help. I want to surround myself with women who get it. I want to have the right conversations. And so what I specifically did was I put together an event where we can dialogue and have conversations about the needs of Black women, not just the needs. I shouldn't say the needs, but what we're dealing with, what we're going through. That's more specific, right? And I call it Lifestyle Retreat because it's all about styling the life that you want. And so I brought together some of my girlfriends, some of my coaches and strategists in the areas of beauty, health and wellness, business, personal development, career development, financial planning, all these different areas where we want to have it all. We want to look good. We want to feel good. We want to have the money to do what we want to do. We want to be able to travel. We want relationship. Like, we want all these different things. And what does that entail? How do we get all these things in our life, right? And so this is the Black Power Lifestyle Retreat. There's an invitation for those that may be interested. But what's most important is all of these beautiful Black women that are going to be here having this conversation around the issues, the trials and tribulations, the successes, and the motivation and the empowerment that we as Black women should have and or need. And so it's a 2-day event. Day 1 is mind, body, and soul. And we're going to be talking about literally what I'm talking about today, having a balanced life, how to have it all and not crumble. And I have 2 doctors that are going to be there that day, plus myself, I'll be moderating, but we're literally going to be talking specifically to Black women about what it means to have it all, and that there are better ways to live your best life and how to do it. That whole day is, again, around mind, body, and soul. We're going to open up with look good, feel good, how to present the best you, a balanced life. We're having a discussion around alpha femininity, the myth of the strong Black woman. When I tell y'all, I can't wait to have this conversation. I'm about to come in here and set you free. I'm going to come in and set you free during this conversation. We're going to talk about mastering your mindset, transforming your relationship with you. I have a keynote that's going to come in and talk about imposter syndrome, which I believe is the silent dream killer. And Black women actually suffer with imposter syndrome more than any other woman. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to give y'all a little sneak peek on why. It's because we've been pre-programmed to believe that we don't deserve a seat at the table. It's because oftentimes we're the only Black person at the table. It's because people get paid more than us. People get promoted over us. And so a side effect of that is imposter syndrome. And so we're going to be talking about that and how to alleviate it, how to deal with it, how to supersede it so that you don't have that, so that you can man up or woman up, if you will. On day 2, we're going to be talking about money mastery, which is basically getting your coin purse together. So conquering the corporate ladder, how to move up and secure the bag. We're going to be talking about mastering the world of credit so that you can leverage it, how to build a bulletproof wealth portfolio, which is going to be one of my favorites. Black women, we need to know about crypto, real estate, cannabis, stock, entrepreneurship. So we're going to have that conversation along with protecting your financial assets, getting your legacy together, your life insurance, your estate planning, and money scripts. Okay, right there. So I just need to see the temperature. It's still not there. I can't. Okay, yeah, you gotta give me some notice. I can't do it while I'm literally live. Okay, just leave right there. Nothing you can do. All right, so that was my son. I'm sorry, you guys. They just literally walked in. And so, the theme of this event is happy, healthy, wealthy. And what I want Black women to be able to do when they come to this event is relax, relate, release, relax, relate, release. Relax because you deserve it. Relate because you're in a room with other Black women who are going through what you're going through. And release because there's some stuff we got to let go of so that we can move forward, so that we don't crumble, so that we don't falter, so that we don't get stuck where we are, right? And so you guys can go check it out, but I'll just give you a couple of things I'm going to be going through with you guys on this. One of the things is the level 10 wheel of life chart. Like, let me I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because I want to talk to you guys face to face now. Hey, one of the things I'm going to take Black women through this 2-day event is the level 10 wheel of life chart. Have you guys heard of that before? Do you guys know what a life chart is? Has anybody ever take the time to do a life chart? It's called a level 10 life chart. And so what you do is you go through and you track your life. You look at these different areas of your life. Hey, Crystal. You go through and you look at these 10 areas of your life and you measure them to see where you are in them. And you kind of look to see where you are relative to a level 10. And so it gives you an idea to take a step back from your life and get an overall view of where you're at and what you're doing, and then where to put the energy in to your life to bring it up to a level 10. And so how does that help you? If you are a Black woman, if you're a woman who may feel like you're overwhelmed or you're struggling, it helps you to identify the areas where you are not as strong, so you can put that energy there, and it helps you to even out that overwhelm. What we have found through research is one of the reasons why people are overwhelmed and they're stressed out and they're struggling is because they're not using their energy appropriately. They're not using their focus appropriately. And so you'll end up feeling like you're a hamster on a hamster wheel running nowhere because you have no specific direction of what it is that you're looking to accomplish. And so because you have no actual direction, which means no actual focus, you are overwhelmed and stressed out. And you're trying to do too many things when really this is the one thing that you should be putting your energy and effort and focus into. And so that's one of the things that we'll be doing is the level 10 wheel of life chart. so that you don't have to be overwhelmed, so that you don't have to be stressed out, so that you don't have to try to balance it all. You can figure out what harmony looks like in your life and what areas are going to help you to create more harmony in it. Okay. So yeah, so I'm super geeked, super excited. As always, it's always a good time and it's always a pleasure when I get to be in a room full of Black women. When we did the Black Power Business Conference, we sold what, 257 seats in session those days. We had close to 200 people like in session those days. And I don't know if you have ever been in a room with 200 Black women, but the energy, the love, the support, the engagement, the love, it's amazing. Like, I can't even explain what it's like to have Black women come together. I can't even explain it to you. It's why I wake up and do what I do. It's why I host these events. It's why I bring us together, because we're so much more alike than we are different. And no one of us is going through this by ourselves. It's really just like Kim said, finding your tribe. Who are the other Black women who are rowing in the same direction as you? Because if we're all rowing in the same direction, sis, come get it, girl, come get in my boat and we can row together. Like, it don't make sense for 15 of us to be rowing in the same direction all by ourselves. We can dumb this down to 3 boats, 5 apiece, and we just like we can roll faster. Come on, let's get where we going. But that comes when we ask for help. That comes when we show up. That comes when we say, hey, hello, I want to be in the room. Can you help me? I don't want to crumble. I don't want to fail. But we have to say, hey, we have to get in the right room. And it's okay to be strong and still say, hey, I need help. It's okay to be strong and still show up for yourself. It's okay to be strong and still say, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dealing with some stuff. And so, if that is you and you want a tribe and you want to be surrounded by some dope Black women, let me throw the banner up real fast. This is where you want to go, to theblackpowerretreat.com. I will tell you that if you go right now, actually, let me put this up. If you go to theblackpowerretreat.com right now, you can save up to 35% on your tickets. The last event we did, we sold out. This event, because it's life, I'm making it more intimate, right? Because we're having these conversations around life. I'm making it a lot more intimate. And so I'm only doing 100 seats in each category. There's 3 categories. We're doing a general seat, we're doing a VIP seat, and I'm doing a super VIP seat. The super VIP seat only has 100 tickets because I'm doing an actual retreat candle that will be mailed to you. And if you decide to go that route, you have to make sure you get your ticket by the 5th. Okay. If you want to have an actual Black Power retreat candle burning on your desk during the retreat so you can vibe out with us, then you have to place an order by the 5th in order for us to get it mailed out to you. Okay. There's 4 scents. I handpicked the scents myself based on what I feel like the women want, right? One of the scents is called Living Lavishly. Okay. Another scent is called Relax and Unwind. Another scent is called Sage That Shit. And then the other scent is called The Black of the Berry. And so when I tell you I'm super geeked about this event, I'm super geeked to be able to virtually retreat with the room full of Black women, inspiring, motivating, helping, captivating, relaxing, relating, and releasing. Sherry says, I need that for sure. Come through, come through, come through. I need a different thing. This one's not pretty. I need to change that. That banner is not attractive. I'm going to change that the next time I go live because I do not like that banner. It's not pretty at all. Maybe it's just the color I don't like. Let me change that to black. Let's go black. There we go. Okay, better. I got real life problem. You see, look at that. I got real life problem. My OCD won't let me be great because the banner looked crazy. So there you go. www.theblackpower retreat.com. I will again show you the website so that you can see it. Again, this is your time to come, relax, relate, release. A retreat is a time away in a quiet and secluded place where you can relax. And that's what we're going to do. It's a virtual retreat, which means you get to do it from your own home. We're going to come together. We're going to hang out. It's 8 sessions, 2 keynotes. Our theme this year is happy, healthy, and wealthy. 2 keynotes. Oopsie. Let's see. Oh, I left out the best part, the giveaway. Oh my God. Look at all this fun stuff we're giving away. So I reached out to some people who love Black women like I love Black women. And so we're actually going to be giving away like $1,500 worth of stuff. I have a really good friend named Marcel Benson. He's the owner of Benson Watch Company. First of all, let me say every single one of these things is a Black woman owned, right? So everything is Black woman owned except for the watches. I do not know a Black woman that has a watch company. So Marcel is going to graciously donate one of his watches, $185 value, plus one of his Omega bracelets. So he's going to give a watch and a bracelet. One of our speakers, Mary, she's doing a one-on-one slay session. So if you're a woman who struggles or who wants to, figure out what their makeup should be like, she's doing that. I am actually going to be giving away a Black Power Business replay. We're doing a 100 Days of Believing Bigger. This is one of my favorite devotional journals. And so I'm going to be giving one of those away. Soap Life 360, she's giving away a facial and body gift set, plus a $50 gift card to her store. And if you are the type of person who likes to do self-love, self-care at home, this is a Black owned, I would say like a spa company, if you will. And so she does some of the dopest stuff. So she's making a donation. Divine Rain, this is my girlfriend that does waist beads. I wear these waist beads actually. It's helped me to lose 20 pounds. And so she's donating 2 waist beads. I'm going to do a Black Power t-shirt. The McBride sisters who do the Black Girls Wine. We're doing $50. Is it $50 or $25? $25 gift certificate there. There's just going to be a good time. Like I'm really super excited to just be able to love on and support Black women. And so if you are available and you would like to hang out with us, please make sure that you come to the Black Power retreat. It's going to be virtual. It's on June 11th and June 12th. Hey, Vincent, how are you? It's on June 11th and June 12th. You can literally participate from the comfort of your own home. And again, this is where you come hang out with women who are in the journey, on the journey and living in the experience right alongside you. I will tell you that I, like most women, have suffered from imposter syndrome. I, like most women, have been on the pursuit of having it all and feeling like I'm doing all this work. I'm working hard. Hey, Akila! I'm doing all this work. I'm working hard. I'm showing up. I'm being consistent. And yeah, I'm still not getting the results that I want. And yeah, I'm still not getting where I want to be. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be really upfront and honest with you. A lot of that's in our head. We discount all the great work that we have done. We discount all the progress that we've made. Even when we're doing well, we don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't pat ourselves on the back enough or look at the things that we've done as valuable. We discount those things. And I don't know why we do that. Like we show up, we do good things, we're making progress, we're the first person in our family to do this, and yet it's still not enough. Like those are the conversations we're going to be talking about. I really want to help us to reprogram how we show up and what we think and how we value ourselves. But also know you're not the only one. Because sometimes what happens is when you hear somebody else say it or when you hear somebody else talk about it, you'll be like, dang, I do that too. Oh my God, that's me. And it helps us to deal with ourselves and it helps us to see how we act and what we do. Hey, LaNée, it's Shay. I got my ticket. Yes, you did, girl. Ready for my candle and so ready for this retreat. It's much needed. I cannot wait for this retreat. It is truly a labor of love. Even when I was thinking about the conversations, what are we going to talk about? What are Black women struggling with? What do we need? What are the conversations that we're having in the beauty shop? But there's no resolve. So One of the things that I do when I put these conferences together is I don't want to talk about what everybody else is talking about. I want to talk about how to solve that. So I don't want to talk about imposter syndrome. I want to talk about how do we deal with it. I don't want to talk about look good, feel good. I want to talk about how can you look good and feel good. I don't want to talk about the stereotype of being a strong Black woman. I want to talk about the myth and what does it really mean and how do we deal with it. Like I show up to enough conferences and events to know that it's great to have these conversations. But if we're not going to be talking about solutions and how do we move forward and how do we get through them, then what? Why? Why? And so, if you want to come and have a conversation where you can transform and live better and do better and leave feeling light, relaxed, least, you want to come to the Black Power Retreat. So busy working towards the next goal, we don't even celebrate the win we achieved to get to where we are currently. Preach. That's so important that we take the time to pat ourselves on the back and be like, damn, I may not be as far as I want to be, but I'm so much further than where I was. I'm so much further than where I started. Look at all this stuff that I've done. Granted, I still have some things that I want to do, but dang, look how they counted me out. They didn't even think I was going to get here, but look at God. Look at what I've been, look at what I've accomplished. We don't even give ourselves the time to be grateful for that because we're on to the next goal, run to the next promotion, run to the next car, run to the next this. And I personally feel like that's some of the reason why we don't, I personally think that's some of the reason why we operate in imposter syndrome. I think that's some of the reasons why we can't give ourselves praise or grace is because we don't take the time to praise and give grace. And so you often feel like I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed out, I'm not getting anywhere. But sis, you are getting somewhere. But you just did this, like you just accomplished that, like you just hit 6 figures, like you just got you just did all these things. That ain't nothing. I still got to do this. Well, hold on. So I don't want, like I said, so I have 26 speakers. And so we're going to have this conversation in greater detail. My speakers are going to be coming. They're going to be dropping knowledge. I talked to my homegirl the other day who told me some stuff that she was going through in her life. When I asked her to be a speaker, she was like, I don't know if I should speak. And I was like, girl, that's exactly why you need to speak. Like the stuff that you have going on in your life right now, women need to hear about it. Because there are women who look up to you, who want to be like you, who want to have the career that you have, and they need to know what it takes to have that. They need to know how close you were or are to breaking down. They need to know what it looks like to put your life back together. We need to have these conversations. We need to not be afraid of them. We need to not back down from them. We need to know that other women are dealing with these things too. And we need to lock arms and hold each other accountable and support each other and work through it. And so that's why I only want 300 women, only 300. I need to protect the energy of the room. I need to protect the women that are in the room. And I need to make sure that I have the right women that want to forge a bond and style of life that looks like exactly what they want. That's not going to overwhelm them, where they're not going to crumble, where they're not going to feel like an imposter in it, but that they're going to flourish and grow. And I don't want to say mature, but I don't even want to say grow into. I want to say unlock who they are, who they're supposed to be, where they're supposed to be at, in a space that's safe. So if that is you, this is my personal invitation for you to come and join me and my 26 speakers, panelists. They're going to be at the Black Power Retreat. Again, I got fashion stylists, celebrity fashion stylists. I have fitness enthusiasts. I have behaviors specialists. I have psychologists. I have life coaches. I have business coaches. I have career development. I have investors. I have a cannabis investor, a stock, crypto, literally anything and or any area I could think about that Black women want to style their lives. We're going to be talking about it during these 2 days, which is why the theme is happy, healthy, wealthy. So you're invited. Go to www.theblackpowerretreat.com so that you can come out, be in the room. You don't want to miss this conversation. You do not want to miss this conversation. It's literally going to transform the next 6 months of your life. And if you show up and you use it right, it will transform your life for the rest of your life. Make the right networking partnerships, meet the right people, be in the right room, sit at the right table. Sherry, are you still there? Sherry, are you still there? Katia says, mature is the unlock. Can't put a filmsy key in a girl, preach on it. You can't put a filmsy key in a solid lock. It has to be solid to be mature. I'm in the right room. Preach, Katia. I hope I'm saying your name right. Holmes says, this is my first time joining you. I really appreciate what I heard thus far. Blessings on you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you showing up and just spending time with me on this evening. Thank you, lady. You're so welcome, Heather. Girlfriend, I am so proud of you. My goodness, you have come so far. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Flimsy, Quadia. Is that right? Quadia. I like to get names right because my name is LaNée. And so people will say LaNée, Lanny, Lonnie, LaNée, Lane, and Lance. And so I always try to put in the effort to say people's names right because I don't like it when people say my name wrong. So I'll be like, how do you say your name? Hey, Sherry. Sherry, send me so what happens is oftentimes when I host an event, I usually will hit up my homeboys and be like, hey, I want you to sponsor a ticket. And so I often will end up with like 1 or 2 or 3 tickets that I can sponsor because it's a women's event. I usually hit up the brothers and be like, hey, can y'all sponsor a couple of ladies so that, some women can be in the room. So if you cannot afford it, okay, let me say that. Here's what I found. Oh, shut up, Sherry. If you can't afford it, don't take it. Don't use it. If you can't afford it. If you can afford it, don't take it. Don't use it. But if you want to be in the room and this is something that you cannot afford, reach out to me and I will see if I can get your ticket sponsored. Okay. If you can't afford it, don't trip, just come. But I never want somebody to not be in the room because it's something that they can't afford. So because you raised your hand, it was like, I'm struggling. I need help. I'm not in a good place. I want to meet you where you are. And so if you need to be in this room so that we can make sure that you get the help and the assistance and the nurturing and support, and so that we can love on you, I want to make sure that you can get in this room. So let me see, hit me up. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram look for my name, or you can send me an email. My email is mogul, MOGUL, like mogul, right? At LaNéeJavet.com, mogul at LaNéeJavet.com. Okay. Again, if you can afford it, please do pay so I can give it to somebody who really does need it. But if it's something that you're like, you know what, I need some help right now. I'm struggling. I don't got it, but I know I need to be in that room. Then I need to make sure that you're in that room and I will find somebody that can get the ticket for you. Okay. I appreciate you. Thank you. Like you never have liked when your name is said wrong. I do not like it. I do not like it. I knew your name before hearing it because it matches your energy. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yes. And I make sure that accent is on it and everything. Like y'all don't say my name the way it's supposed to be said. So again, for those of you guys that are interested in coming, go get your ticket right now. It's like 35% off. It's like $99, $99, $199, and $299. So they're not even expensive. I got a $99 option. Okay. So I got the low, $99. For $99, you can be in this room. Okay, if you want to be VIP, $199. If you want to be super VIP, $299. So there's something for everybody. Boop, 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 boop. $99, $199, $299. Not super expensive. So it's economical. You can be in this room. You can sit at this table. You can have these conversations. And then if you have a friend, bring somebody else. Get somebody else in the room. Like I said, I will be hustling to get some tickets sponsored. For those people who cannot get the $99 to get into the room, because again, I don't want finances to be the reason why somebody can't be in the room, which is why I stack my prices like that, $99, $199, $299, is to make sure that anybody and everybody who needs this can come in, right? With that, I'll be back tomorrow night. So my goal for this is every night, every day, every night leading up to the event, I will come and talk about something that is relative to what we're going to be talking about at the conference. I'm not going to give it all away, but I want to present these topics to you in a way that it makes sense for you to know that you should be at this event. I want to present the different topics in a way so that you know kind of what we're going to be talking about, right? And so every night for this week, I will come and talk about something, right? I'll talk about imposter syndrome, how it shows up in your life, how it keeps you from doing what you're supposed to be doing, how it talks you out of your dream. I will talk about mastering your mindset, why it's important to transform your relationship with you, how our self-talk can defeat us before we even show up. And I specifically picked points of interest, points of areas that attack us as Black women. These are very specific, strategic, thought out conversations that I want to have with Black women, because we are actually superseding everybody right now. We're starting businesses faster than everybody. We're going to school faster than everybody. We're not making more money than everybody, right? But we are at this tipping point where we are doing all these great things, and yet we still are holding ourselves back. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. No more. No more, sis. You about to live in all of your amazingness. And whether the world likes it or not, we gonna help you get your shine on. And it's gonna be cool and it's gonna be okay. You're not gonna operate in imposter syndrome no more. You're not gonna operate in not feeling worthy. You're not gonna operate in asking for a seat at the table. We're gonna dead all that. Okay. We're gonna style you a life that you can be proud of, that you're not gonna be overwhelmed by, where you're gonna be okay asking for help, where it's okay if you're strong and soft. And we're gonna do that. And so please join me June 11th and June 12th if you can. If you can join us live, cool. If you can't join us live, still get signed up, because then you can get the replay. I just want to make sure that you have access to this information. Okay. With that being said, I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. We've been on here for, I can't see how long, but I'm sure it's been a minute. Let me go ahead and take that off. I'm sure it's been a minute. If this is your first time checking me out, please go and follow me on IG. Check me out on Instagram at I am LaNée Javet. Again, that's I am LaNée Javet. Follow me there, because that's where I do a lot of my posting and sharing of content. You can also catch me on Facebook and YouTube. Everything is I am LaNée Javet, all my social media. Okay. Have a peaceful night, home street. You too. We'll look into joining the event. Thank you so much. You are really, really touching my heart. Ooh, you are so welcome, Sherry. I just feel like you gotta walk the talk. I can't talk about helping Black women and then somebody tells me that they need help and then I don't show up to help them, right? So I got to be true to what I say and who I say I represent and what I say I represent. And so if somebody is big and bad enough to be like, yo, sis, I need help, I'm gonna meet you there and be like, I got you. So just hit me up. Make sure you hit me up, because I don't know how to get a hold of you. So you got to get a hold of me. All right. Hey, Denise. You look so pretty. Yellow is your color. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I can literally sit here and talk to you guys all night, but I got to save some for tomorrow night. I wish I could tell you what time I'm going to go on tomorrow. I absolutely do not know. I don't know if it's going to be earlier in the day or later in the day. So I don't know. So make sure you follow me somewhere so that you will know when I go live tomorrow. I don't know where you're watching me right now, but I can guarantee you that I'll be on these exact same platforms. But definitely check me out on Instagram. Tomorrow I will probably be live on Instagram as well. I didn't go live on Instagram today right now, but I'm pretty sure I'll be on live on Instagram tomorrow. But go get your tickets. Go get your tickets. Go get your tickets. I want you to be in this room. Again, they are fairly priced. $99, $199, $299. I made them very economical. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you to be in this room. I want you to get this information. I want you to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. And so with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I don't know what we're going to be talking about tomorrow, but it's going to be something. It's going to be something good. Mwah. I love you. I hope you have a great rest of your night and an even better day tomorrow.